Before you scroll past this video, let me ask you a simple question. Are you sure your AWS account isn't charging you right now? Because even if you aren't using anything, AWS might still be quietly billing you in the background. Not because you broke something, not because you did anything wrong, but because AWS leaves things running unless you stop them. Today, I'm going to show you things you must turn off immediately to stop wasting money, including 2 that even experienced cloud engineers forget. Let's save you some cash. Welcome back to the channel where we break down AWS in the simplest possible way. No jargon, no confusion, no pain. If you're learning cloud, starting a tech career, or just trying not to get surprise AWS bills, hit subscribe. Alright, let's get into the leaks. Let's start with the most common beginner mistake. You launch an EC2 instance, do a quick lab, and forget to turn it off. And AWS, they don't care. They keep charging every hour. This alone can turn a beginner's free tier account into a surprise $80 bill. The fix is simple. Go to EC2, then instances, and stop or terminate anything that's not in use. Remember, a running EC2 is money burning. Here's a sneaky one. When you delete an EC2 instance, AWS asks, do you want to keep the storage? Most beginners click yes because it sounds safer. Congratulations, you just started paying for an empty disk. These are called EBS volumes, and they're the silent storage tax. To fix this, go to EC2, then volumes, and delete any volumes marked as available. Stop paying for empty storage. Next up, old snapshots. Snapshots are cheap, until you accidentally keep 27 of them for 6 months. It adds up fast. So, the fix is to head over to EC2, then snapshots, and just delete the old ones you no longer need. A clean snapshot list means a clean bill. Now let's talk about idle load balancers. Load balancers are like gym memberships. You pay, even when you're not using them. If you ran a tutorial that created an elastic load balancer and forgot about it, yep, Amazon is charging you every single hour. Find them under EC2, then load balancers, and delete any unused ones. Alright, the serverless trap, over-allocated Lambda memory. Beginners often think, more memory equals faster equals better, but AWS charges you based on memory allocation. Giving a small Lambda function 1 GB of RAM is like renting a whole mansion just to cook some noodles. The fix is to go into your Lambda Ease configuration and reduce the memory size to what it actually needs. Clean these up today and watch your AWS bill drop instantly. Next on the list, S3 buckets full of old junk. Think of them as your digital basement. Logs, old projects, random test files, backups from that one tutorial with 2 views. S3 never deletes things automatically. You have to clean your own room. The fix is to go into S3, sort your buckets by size, and either delete the junk or move it to a cheaper storage class like Glacier. And what about stale elastic IPs? This is a classic. Elastic IPs are free only when they are attached to a running EC2 instance. If they're not attached to anything, AWS charges you for them. So, go to EC2, then elastic IPs, and release any that are unused. You're literally paying for nothing. This next one really hurts the wallet. RDS databases left running overnight. A running RDS instance can cost more than most gym memberships. If you left one running after a test, you're paying premium prices for it to do absolutely nothing. The fix is to go to RDS then instances, and stop anything that's not in active use. Let's move on to Dynamod on-demand tables with no traffic. On-demand pricing sounds nice, until AWS charges you for capacity you never even used. For your test tables, a simple fix is to lower the read and write capacity to the bare minimum, or just delete the test tables you don't need anymore. Here's a hidden one. CloudWatch logs. These logs grow silently in the background. Every Lambda function, every API gateway, every EC2, everything logs something. Before you know it, you have gigabytes of logs you didn't even know existed. To fix this, go to CloudWatch, then log groups, and set a retention policy of 1 to 7 days. Or just delete the old logs manually. Okay, this one hurts the most. The NAT gateway. This is an expensive beginner mistake. A single NAT gateway costs over $32 per month, and that's before data transfer costs. Beginners create them in labs and forget them, and boom, instant bill shock. Go to your VPC dashboard, find NAT gateways, and delete any you aren't using. For testing, use a NAT instance instead. It's way cheaper. Finally, API Gateway endpoints running forever. API Gateway charges per API call and for the resources behind it. If you created an API for a tutorial, it might still be up, waiting, and billing you. The fix is to go to API Gateway, look under Stages, and delete any old APIs you're not using. So, a quick recap of everything draining your AWS wallet: EC2 instances, EBS volumes, snapshots, load balancers, Lambda memory, S3 junk, Elastic IPs, RDS databases, Dynamod tables, CloudWatch logs, NAT gateways, and API gateway endpoints. If this helped you save even $1, hit that like button. It tells YouTube this video is worth recommending to others. Thanks for watching. Now go shut down those AWS bills before they shut you down.